Welcome to Accidental Salesforce Admins, the podcast for change makers looking to go from firefighting solution oriented problem solver to strategic outcomes based leaders. I'm Robert Sur, co founder and CEO of Delegate. In this episode, we're diving into the technology lens of our Deep Five framework, the framework we use to align priorities, perspectives, and processes so that you can lead with clarity and confidence. Here's the challenge. As accidental Salesforce admins, you have a unique gift. You see the nuances and complexities of building and leveraging technology. You see the trade offs, the dependencies, the risks, and the opportunities. You understand what it takes to build something that's not just functional, but scalable, maintainable, and impactful. Here's the hard truth though, not everyone sees what you see, and that can be frustrating. It's easy to feel like you're speaking a different language, trying to explain why a quick fix today can lead to massive tech debt tomorrow. But here's the thing. Your ability to see through the technology lens is your superpower. It's not a burden, and it's the key to leading with impact. Today, we'll explore how to leverage this lens to make better decisions, align with stakeholders, and ensure your solutions don't just function, they drive real lasting impact. The technology lens of D5 isn't just about picking the right tool, it's about implementing technology with competency and precision. Here's the problem. Even though technology is at the core of what we do, it's often misunderstood. Stakeholders might ask for solutions without understanding the complexity behind them. Can't we just build a quick automation for that? Can't you just migrate the org this weekend? We need to reduce manual steps, just roll out a flow. It shouldn't be so hard. If you're nodding along, you know how these requests can sound simple, but often involve layers of complexity. Change sets that break because they don't include dependent metadata, test classes that fail and need refactoring before deployment, Apex governor limits, flow errors that require troubleshooting to avoid timeouts. Without seeing through the technology lens, these simple tasks snowball into major issues: technical debt, frustrated teams, and broken trust. The technology lens forces you to consider the bigger picture. Does this solution align with our long term goals? What trade offs are we making, and are they worth it? How can we deliver value today without compromising tomorrow? A few years ago, we worked with a fast growing med tech company that wanted to consolidate three Salesforce orgs into a unified instance. We called it Salesforce Unity, and on paper, the goal was pretty clear: unify their data to improve collaboration across sales, marketing, and operations, and across all three business units. The outcome: a 360-degree view of their customers and reducing operational costs by 40%. But once we got into the details, things started to unravel a little bit. Leadership wanted speed. They pushed for an aggressive timeline with minimal disruption. Meanwhile, operations insisted on migrating legacy processes exactly as they were without any improvement. The Salesforce team, of course, saw the red flags immediately. The legacy workflows relied on Apex code, difficult to unwind and costly to maintain. They were about to hit Apex governor limits by migrating flows that were taking up compute time but not actually being used. And not enough time was budgeted for thorough UAT, which risks significant issues post launch. Despite these warnings, the project moved forward at full speed, and when the new org went live, well, moving leads and opportunities through the pipeline took forever and aired out often, slowing down sales. Reports were incomplete and caused leadership to be frustrated. The admin team spent months firefighting instead of focusing on strategic initiatives post launch. The lesson: they focused on the solution, Salesforce Unity, without fully considering the long term impact of their technology choices. So, how do you avoid these pitfalls and use the technology lens to drive better outcomes? Let's break it down into three practical strategies. Number one, balance speed versus sustainability. Technology decisions are often a trade off between speed and sustainability. Sometimes speed is the right call, but not without understanding the long term impact. Ask yourself, does this solution need to scale for 6 months, 12 months, beyond? What technical debt are we willing to take on now? And when will we address it? Just to be clear, technical debt is okay. We just need to be intentional about it. Not everything we build has to be excellent. Sometimes it can be good enough. We just have to be intentional about it. With Salesforce Unity, the right approach would have been balancing quick wins with foundational changes, prioritizing critical improvements while deferring non essential customizations for later. The takeaway here was to document trade offs and communicate them clearly to stakeholders. Your job is to surface these decisions, not just execute on them blindly. Number two, shift from we can't to here's how. Most of us fall into two categories when working with stakeholders. The first is when we're overly accommodating. We say yes to everything and rely on the individual heroics of ourselves or our teammates to deliver yet again on something that was overpromised. The other category is that we draw hard lines, right? We say no without offering a path forward. Here's the secret: execs and stakeholders don't want to hear we can't. They want to know what it would take to make it happen. Instead of saying we can't hit that deadline, try we can absolutely hit the deadline. I recommend bringing on 2 additional contractors for an additional 50K and moving X and Y features to next quarter to maintain quality and minimize risk. For Salesforce Unity, instead of outright rejecting the tight timeline, it could have been framed as we can absolutely meet this deadline. My recommendation, in order for us to do so, is to shift automated lead assignment and advanced reporting to phase 2 and bring in 2 additional QA testers to ensure a smooth data migration without disrupting active sales processes. When you can shift from being a blocker to an enabler, stakeholders start seeing you as a leader, someone who plans victories instead of averting losses. Number 3, make the complex understandable. Let's face it, not everyone will care about Salesforce governor limits, API call limits, or best practices for scalable automation, and that's okay. Your job is to help them understand what matters without overwhelming them. Some stakeholders will want to understand, but they need a judgment free environment where they can learn without feeling inadequate. The same way we wish they'd take time to understand our realities, we need to create a space where they feel comfortable asking questions. For example, during Salesforce Unity, VP of Sales didn't understand why cloning the old pipeline structure was such a problem. Instead of diving into data modeling, we use the fact that he was a big car guy. Think of Salesforce like a high performance sports car. Sure, we can add a turbocharger to make it go faster, but if we don't upgrade the cooling system, the brakes, and the tires, we'll burn it out too quickly, or worse, crash. This analogy helped the sales leader understand the long term impact without drowning him in technical jargon. So, the key takeaways here are find analogies that resonate with your audience. As a hint, we talked about this during the human lens of D5. Create a safe space for questions and discussions, and help stakeholders see how technical decisions impact the broader business outcomes through the lens that they see through best. By meeting people where they are, you'll build trust and foster collaboration, ensuring technology and yourself are seen as an enabler, not a roadblock. Look, technology is super powerful. We all know that, but only when implemented with precision and clarity. When you master the technology lens, you'll be able to spot potential risks before they become problems. You'll be able to guide stakeholders with confidence and clarity. You'll build solutions that truly stand the test of time. So here's my challenge to you: start documenting your trade offs. Shift from we can't to here's what it takes, and make it your mission to help stakeholders see what you see. In our next episode, we'll explore the capabilities lens, ensuring you have the right skills and resources to execute on your vision. Until then, remember, every technical decision you make today shapes what's possible tomorrow. So choose wisely.